Good morning, everybody. Say good morning, darling.
Good morning. The lights are in the church.
Oh yeah. Sorry. It is Friday, the Friday the 3rd, August, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be a little bit of a longer one today. It's going to be 28k, so we've left a little bit earlier so that we don't spend too much time in the sunshine because it's quite unbearable. The sunshine at its height, the heat at its height reaches 40 degrees. So it's all a bit much, really. 40 degrees, so we're in the cool of the early morning, and it's really lovely. It's quite cool. It's not freezing cold or anything like that. It's coolish, comparatively anyway. So there you go. And we're just walking through Los Arcos. To note, Los Arcos has the most stunning church. What's this building here? This building is the back of the church. Big crack in the wall, which you can see on the inside. But the inside is just stunning. It's all 16th century, 17th century, 15th century paintings. The walls are covered in gold, and it's just kind of, I suppose, Baroque overkill. But it is gorgeous, absolutely stunning. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going now. So just walking in the dark. I'm surrounded with mosquitoes. What are those? This is a morning stroll along a busy town road. Morning rush hour in Spain. Just such a busy nation. Industrious. Isn't it beautiful? I think they get it right though. All work and no play makes Jack a very dull boy. Torres de Rio. That's either Towers on the river, and I believe that is Towers on the river. Yeah, Towers on the river. It's Torres de Rio. Towers on the river. That's the town that we just walked through, and this is the town we're coming to. It has a Templar church, and we like old stuff, so we're going to try and pop into the Templar church. It may not be open. These things are sometimes closed, but just a nice little village on the side of a hill, bathed in the morning sunlight. Church up there, there's another one over there. So come on in. Another gorgeous day on the Camino. Sun's come up. Suzanne has already eaten, so we're good to go. This is the Hermitage on the way to going to Viana.
Yeah.
on the way to Viana. It's a hermitage. It's a big hermitage. This is Suzanne sighing.
It's me sighing. I wonder if we can go in or not.
Don't know.
Step.
Well, if you want to try, you can call me, because I'm not going up and down steps. My legs are killing me.
About a 7-foot drop.
You could jump.
Yeah.
Do your superhero impression.
Yeah, it's actually on the road. There's steps going down there.
Right.
So a little bit of Ignatius for the day, and that is that you are a poor man. We were all poor men, and therefore everything we have in our lives, even the material things, are a gift of God. We do not own them, we do not have them. They are simply gifts of God, and therefore we live in gratitude for all the gifts that we have, because by ourselves we have nothing. We are poor.
Ah, dear. Quick recommendation. Oh, I suppose I should do the anxiety thing as well. Quick recommendation though. Footwear. Everyone has their personal preferences, etc. Boots, shoes, whatever. We walk in sandals. We walk in Keens. We walk in Ario 2s. They're similar to Newports except they have a back to them. So we walk in the Ario 2s. We don't walk in the 3s because the 3s are way too flimsy. So we walk in the 2s, as in the older version. We've walked previously and had the previous versions of the 2s. So I recommend highly Keens Arios. One problem with them though, and it's just happened, they switched out the elasticated cord for a fixed cord, and mine just snapped. So I suggest you carry laces, spare cords for your Keens. I've bought some elasticated ones, so when these ones broke, which I knew they would, because hey, I will replace them with elasticated ones because I prefer the elasticated ones. So I'm going to go now. It's a little bit of road walking, heading towards a town called Viana. It's quite a nice town actually. Hopefully we get a little bit of a rest and some food. You can see what they're building on the outskirts of Viana. The houses. It's really weird. Spanish like new houses. Hopefully this is recording, I have no idea. I can barely see the screen. So, we are walking towards Logroño. It's 10k and there's not a lot of countryside. Lots of it's basically industrialised and you're just walking through some sort of back roady thing for trucks, I suppose, or something. Anyway, so I thought I'd continue with yesterday's stuff. Resolving or examining anxiety through the eyes of the two archetypes, the masculine and feminine, or the mother and the father to be more accurate. So we had a look at the chaotic mother and the tyrannical father being the basis of many addictions. We've also looked at the absence of a nurturing mother, actually an absence of any sort of internal mother figure, and the internalised tyrannical father figure. Sorry, some people are passing. That's it. These are internalised often from your own family experience, your own formative years. So you can often see these things in terms of your own parents and what they were like. And that's not to say that you sit there blaming your parents. It's not about blaming anybody. It's more about understanding yourself and what's going on with you than anything else. So the next one, I suppose, to look at would be the absent father. No masculine, and the chaotic female by itself. And what you usually get with those things, for example, what would you get? OCD. OCD is a nice example of the chaotic feminine and the absent masculine. Okay. OCD is often people see it as a control mechanism, but it's kind of a negotiation. What you're doing is you're ritualizing a negotiation, as in a negotiation, a manipulation, negotiation. It's all a bit. But basically, what you're saying is, if I do this, I will get that. So, if I, wash my hands 1,000 times, I will not catch a disease. Or if I flick on and off a light, I will feel safe. Or if I test the doors and windows in my home, n number of times in some form of ritual, yes, my home will not be attacked and I will be able to feel safe. This is the chaotic feminine. It's an overemphasis on feeling unsafe. Yeah, it's very much a sort of an internalised focal point. Yeah, you're not really seeing the world as it is. You're seeing the world as you feel, and you feel unsafe, unstable, vulnerable, etc., etc., etc. So your experience of the world is that, and therefore you then try to do something about that, and it tends to be negotiative. So that's the OCD thing. I'm going to wait until Suzanne catches up, because I'll ask her if she has any other ideas. Suzanne, chaotic, feminine, no masculine, what outcomes? Good OCD, what else do you think? Just on the fly, this is obviously on the fly. Anything, any thoughts? Too warm to think? No thoughts, no. Okay. So anyways, Suzanne doesn't like thinking and talking and walking.
It's 40 degrees.
And it's 40 degrees, so hey, I'm doing it because hey, I like to do it. So anyway, so the chaotic feminine in your life, without any form of masculine, well, to overcome that is obvious. You need the masculine. Yeah. What you don't want, obviously, is a tyrannical masculine. What you want is boundaries. So you want to boundary the feminine. And the feminine will feel more safe and more comfortable with definite boundaries. So the combination there again is of the two. So you rein in the feminine with some boundaries from the masculine, and then that allows the feminine to become a nurturer rather than just chaotic and overpowering. Okay, so you use the masculine to overcome the chaos. You set structure, you set boundaries. Yeah. I suppose a chaotic feminine by itself is also, there's some addictions that work that way. Yes, food addictions often, I suppose, whereby you just keep feeding yourself. You have no self-restraint. You're just sort of allowing yourself to live on your whim.